So it is.
So the problems that kids have in school, very often educational problems, are being transformed into medical problems. The only way you can get special services, very often, is to get a diagnosis. So the schools now require, for special educational opportunities, a medical diagnosis. This shouldn't be. We should be dealing with school problems as school problems. The evaluation for who gets special services should be an educational evaluation, not a psychiatric one with a set of criteria that weren't developed at all with schools in mind. They were developed for clinical purposes, not for educators. They're being misused to guide decisions in the educational system. For ADHD, we're spending in the U.S. $12 billion a year on medication. That money would be much better spent on schools. If we had more physical activity in the schools, the kids would be less restless. If we had smaller classes, the kids would be less restless. We've turned educational problems, the educational problems of kids who don't fit in very well with classes, we've turned that into a false medical problem. And the overdiagnosis is often very much driven by the system being too loose and it being misapplied. It's very hard to get rid of a diagnosis once it's given. It can haunt a child for a lifetime. It's too easy to give a diagnosis in a short period of time. I think with kids that it probably is not just one session of 45 minutes or two sessions it should be many sessions over a period of time to see many kids get better over time with nothing.
Exactly.
Watchful waiting. You're seeing them on their worst day. There's a crisis going on in the family, at school. If you just watch for a while, available but not intrusive, very often no treatment will be the best treatment of choice. And the diagnosis will clarify itself much better if it's made more slowly, more carefully.